was a sight for my soul.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Explain 11 video. This is episode 8 of our trip around Ireland. We're on the ground here at Derry Airport and we're going to make our way across to Belfast International Airport. It's about 40 minutes away. The weather today, we have clear skies, wind is 170 at 13 knots. We're using xEnviro 1.09, it's the latest update to xEnviro. I've mostly used the stock clouds that come with X-Plane. I had xEnviro before. Most of it worked fairly well. Some of the winds at higher altitudes though didn't really work out, so I stopped using it. So with this new update we'll see what it can do. It adds in a couple of nice features. It has a lens flare. The post-processing looks fairly decent. The clouds, depending on the time of day, look fairly good. At the moment they don't look fantastic, but you'll see a little bit more when we get into the flight. The plane today, we're going to be using the Aerobask DA62. Again, I think it's the best GA plane we have in X-Plane, and it's great fun to fly. So we're going to get our departure up and running. We're going to depart from runway 8 and we're going to head in a easterly direction over to Belfast. It's a VFR flight and we'll load in just a flight plan for reference. So we'll hop down to the plane now, we'll set our weight and balance, get everything geared up, and we'll get this show on the road. So we're back in the Aerobask DA62, so we'll go ahead now and set up our weight and balance, put a bit of fuel in, and that'll about do. We'll put a co-pilot in for this flight, so we can go ahead, close the doors. Remove our chocks and we'll hop on in. Okay, so for this we're going to get the batteries on first, get our GPU running. He's out there ticking over nicely. Okay, alternator can come on. We'll go ahead and turn on avionics and we'll bring up our flight plan. I made this on SimBrief, so that's the guy we want. Enter that. Pretty much in a straight line heading over to Belfast. In Belfast, you've two airports here. You have the one in the city out at the harbour, and then you have the other one, Aldergrove, it used to be called. So we're going to be using this one here because the scenery I have from Belfast City, it's all right, but it's not great. I need to do some tidying up there. So that is the plan. Okay, so to start this bird we got to turn on our fuel first. Close off the fuel guards here. Make sure our trim is set. We can add a small bit of throttle. Everything here is fine. So go ahead, turn on our fuel pumps and our master switch. Clear prop and start the right engine. So good start on the right. Go ahead on our left, turn on our fuel pump, master switch, start the left. Okay, good start both engines. Oil pressure is good, temperature will rise, coolant will rise. Go ahead now and turn off the GPU. Get our lights on. Pitot heat can come on. We'll set our altitude for this flight. We'll fly at 4,000 feet. We'll set our heading to our runway heading. Okay, so taxi lights can come on, parking brakes off. So yeah, so with xEnviro, it's there's a couple of issues with it, nothing major. It's still in development, like it's pretty much a beta. But you'll see there's certainly functions of it that are fantastic. They're brilliant, particularly in the rain. I think it's there's one of the airports. It's an add-on, Larnaca. It really shows kind of, you know, rain saturation on the runways and puddles and all this kind of stuff. Not every airport is yet compatible, but it's a start. So you kind of see from the clouds there, it's from a distance they look fairly okay. Actually, we can go through the options of it real quick. Swing over here and park up. Put on the old parking brake. So we go to plugins down to xEnviro. So we go to our settings. I don't know what they do, so I leave them there. Wind surface and turbulence, I leave them at 100. Turn on our options here. The update interval, 10 minutes, that's fine for me. Resolution, I have it on max. Complexity, again, it's on 100%. The visibility, you can mess around with these. The detailed range, again, I think the last version of xEnviro, I had them both on 30 kilometers each. It holds up fairly well here, like you can kind of see when you zoom in, it's better effect, but at the moment it's okay. The various effects that you have, post-processing rather, volumetric lights, sounds then and everything else. So it's pretty much to your liking visually what you can get out of it, and the trade-off is obviously going to be against your frames. So my settings work well on my rig, so I'm happy enough at the moment. Now again, you're in a GA plane, so there's not huge scenery out this neck of the woods. There's Ortho 4XP for the ground textures. It's, you know, it's the default mesh that comes with X-Plane, so there's nothing major with it. And we'll do our run up just before we get to here. You can see that there is wind hitting the plane here. Okay, bring to a stop here. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to get weather onto this screen. So if we put our wind option, that'll do. Go back. Transponder can go to Alt. They're all okay. Jump over this side, our map. X-ray can go on, that's just with the weather. Terrain you can have on, but there's nothing major at the moment, and we're going for 4,000 feet, so we should be fine. We can turn on our flight directors. And we'll go through our altimeters and stuff like that. Everything is, our barrow is wrong, so we need to change that. Should be 2991. That'll do. Okay, so there's a test here for the engines. So we try these on the right. We try the left. Alrighty, so landing lights can come on, brakes off, we start taxiing out. No traffic to worry about. Yeah, it's a really cool plane. I suppose the only thing with xEnviro, you can't have custom weather. Like it's only going to read the weather where you're flying, which in some way it's great because it's very realistic. But it depends where you're flying. Like in Ireland, it can be a disaster because most days it's wet, windy, and poor viz. But we're kind of lucky here up north today. Now it is windy, but it's not too bad. Okay, we'll spin this guy around. Drop a degree of flaps. Okay, double check everything before we go. Fuel pumps on. Parking brake are okay, throttle's okay, fuel is okay, flaps down one notch, lights are on, pitot heat's on. Okay, we're good to go. Double check our trim. And we're good. Okay, let's head on out. Fighting the wind here, a lot of left rudder. We're going to be looking for 75 knots, there we have it. And that's windy. Okay, we're getting a positive rate, gear up. We're a crosswind here now. Bring the flaps in. I've noticed with xEnviro, like I've used it for a half an hour last night and now tonight, but I've noticed that the simulation, if you like, of wind effects on the plane are a lot different. So it ain't bad. Power set here at 90, so far so good. Bit of lens flare coming in. Yeah, it's quite bumpy. This is cool. Alrighty, have a quick look over here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and engage our autopilot. So we want to select nav mode. Vertical speed we can set. Climb rate of about maybe 600 should do. Yeah, it's proper bumpy. So we're dealing with a wind speed of 22 knots, a headwind. see how it handles it. Temperature so far, everything is okay. Oil temperature and pressure are good. Coolant a little bit low, but we're not going to worry about that. We have a decent enough climb. This headwind isn't great, but what are you going to do? It does make it super bumpy, and as far as I know, that's xEnviro doing that. I mean, it looks pretty, like it definitely adds to it, you know. What do you like on the outside? Yeah, it's pretty bumpy. I like the lens flare. It's I know you can get it in one of the other weather add-ons you can get. It doesn't come in X-Plane itself, so it adds something. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I think it looks good. So hopefully this starts to smooth its way a little bit. As soon as I said it, starts dancing. Alrighty, so we'll switch this on to heading mode, just to get our approach here. Set our altitude to 2,000 feet, and we can start our descent. This could be interesting. Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. You can't see a whole lot what's going on. Okay, bring the throttle right back. Turn off the autopilot. Trim at. Okay. Drop a notch of flaps. Gear coming down. So a crosswind landing that we've never had before. This could be fun. This is all wrong, by the way. Just I'm putting it out there. Like, you just wouldn't do this in real life, but sure, that's the joys of a sim, right? Flaps full. Don't hit the train. This could be interesting. What's our speed? I have a savage crosswind here. This is cool. Oh, the wind. Just before the flare, we can kick the rudder. Sun in the eyes. And we're down-ish. There's the rudder. Left toe brake, ailerons to the right. Oh, that was fun. Jeez! Alright. Don't try this at home. Okay, well, taxi off the runway here. Running lights can come off. Get the flaps in. Welcome to Belfast. A good landing, it says. Yeah. Use xEnviro and real weather. It'll be fine. Not a bother. Grand. That was a sporty landing. Okay, we'll kind of hide around the corner here and hang our head in shame. Although then again, like, I mean, we still got down. Like, we still landed. Like, it could have been worse. Like, we could have exploded or something. Over by these cabins here looks okay. Okay, parking brake on. Lights and pitos can come off. Avionics can come off. We can turn our fuel pumps off. Okay, left engine off and right engine off. Master switches can come off, alternators off, and batteries off. Okay guys, so there we have it. Welcome to Belfast International Airport. That was a blast. Yeah, xEnviro, I kind of like it. It's gonna take a bit of getting used to, especially with the wind, and obviously, you know, turn off the likes of head shake and stuff. But for my first proper flight with xEnviro running, it's fairly okay. So that concludes episode 8. Our next flight will bring us from Belfast on our way back home to Dublin, and that'll finish our Irish flying. We hope then to tip into the UK and then down eventually into Europe, and I also want to start some US stuff as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'd love to hear any comments or suggestions, opinions that you guys have. Drop them in the section below. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys really soon.